Wow, I just finished watching Money in the Bank and I still can't believe what I saw in the main event. But that's for later on in the video. I'm going to find it hard to concentrate now, that was just amazing. But I suppose I'm going to have to get on with the other matches. I'll do it quickly because I can't wait to talk about the Money on the Roof match. So let's get started. The only match on the kickoff show was Jeff Hardy v Cesaro, and Jeff Hardy won his comeback match as you expect with a swanton bomb. It was an alright match, don't really know why it's on the card. Cesaro was actually dominant for large parts of the match, but Jeff Hardy just about overcame him to pick up the W. I would have liked to see Sheamus be involved, and hopefully they could have reunited the Bar, which I was disappointed they didn't, but oh well. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. An alright match. It wasn't really a pay-per-view quality match, but a good TV match, and no really storyline developments. We didn't even see Sheamus, so I'm just going to give it a 6 out of 10. Then moving on to the first match of the main card, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Tag Team Championships on SmackDown. The New Day defeating the Forgotten Sons, Lucha House Party, and Miz and Morrison to retain the title. Big E hit the big ending on Gran Metalik to retain the championship. Decent enough match this. Quite enjoyed it. It was really a classic multi-team match. Lots of moves. Frequent tagging with the opposition. But it was good fun, and definitely got me in the mood for the pay-per-view. I think New Day winning was a sensible result, so I'm going to give it a 6.75 out of 10. Then it was supposed to be MVP v R-Truth, but Lashley interrupted in the pre-match segment, which they were arguing about basketball for some unknown reason, whereas R-Truth, no surprise really, and he took MVP's place, apparently they're friends. Lashley won fairly dominantly with a spear. Put Lashley over strong, which is good. R-Truth isn't hurt by this. He was funny as normal. So I just really comedy segment whilst putting Lashley over. So it kind of did two things at once, which was very good. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Our next match was for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley defeating Tamina. Bit dodgily, really, to be honest. Sasha Banks distracted Tamina, allowing Bayley to counter a Samoan drop into a crucifix pin to win the match. After the match, Tamina tried to Samoan drop Bayley again, but was stopped by Banks. Tamina was actually dominant for quite a large portion of the match, and there was a small moment in time when I thought she was going to win, but then Banks and Bayley kind of did their thing, and they just about got away with it. Don't know if this leads to another match. I kind of hope it doesn't. I think there's probably better options out there than Tamina. Although I don't think Tamina's done badly in this programme. I would like to see other wrestlers get a shot at Bayley before we get the blow off between Bayley and Banks. Maybe Bayley drops the title for a bit, because Banks actually accidentally distracts her, then wins it back, and then she faces Banks. I don't know, but I just think it needs to be kind of a bit more creative than Bayley and Banks just cheating every time. So I'd like to see a bit of a change there. But except for that, I thought it was a pretty decent match. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next up was the Universal Championship match between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. And to my surprise, Braun Strowman retains the Universal Championship. Wyatt actually wrestled as himself today, not the Fiends, and had his puppets at ringside like Huskus the Big Boy, etc. Strowman put on Wyatt's black sheep mask towards the end, and the two men hugged. Wyatt was happy until Strowman took off the mask, broke it, and then power slammed Wyatt to win the match. Kind of never really thought he was going to join the Wyatt family, but except for that, it was a pretty good match actually. Bray came across really well, and I don't think he'll be hurt too much by this defeat, because of course he was wrestling as himself, not the Fiend, which is a move I supported, because it would have been suicide to have the Fiend or Braun Strowman lose so soon. I was happy about that. I kind of hope they just move on now, and then maybe they can revisit this later in the year, and I'd be fine with the Fiend taking the title off Braun there, but I just don't want it done so too soon. So I'm going to give this a 7.25 out of 10. Relief more than anything else. Next up, it was the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre retained his title after actually a pretty long match. I think it kind of went a bit too long, really. I think it should have gone at 5 minutes shorter, maybe. Then it would have been a better match. But anyway, Rollins had a new entrance theme. McIntyre won with a Claymore after a pretty good match. That's really the main point. A couple of nice little spots, but nothing really noteworthy. But after the match, McIntyre and Rollins did shake hands, which I was kind of surprised about. Does that make Rollins a baby face? People have to tune into Raw to find out. But I'm only going to give this 6.75 out of 10. Because, yeah, as I said, I think it would have been done better if it was short. It felt like it was extended using that time. Because Money in the Bank wasn't actually too long for a WWE pay-per-view, thank the Lord. So, yeah. And then we moved on to it, the Money in the Bank ladder matches. So I'm just going to talk through what happened before we got to the conclusion of the matches, then I'll do the women and the men's one separately. But anyway, the Money in the Bank ladder matches obviously took place simultaneously, starting at the ground floor of the WWE headquarters, and they had to work their way up to the roof. We saw multiple legends returning: Brother Love in the bathroom, Stephanie McMahon in a conference room, Paul Heyman in catering, John Laurinaitis in cafeteria, and Vince McMahon in his office. There was also the Undertaker's casket with spooky lighting, and someone wearing the face paint of Doink the Clown. Yeah, and they just fought all over it. Madness. Yeah. It was just crazy, really. I can't really put it into justice with just words. You need to go and watch it. Some of the spots were crazy. The legends really added to it. Yeah, it's just brilliant. But anyway, moving into the conclusion of the Women's Money in the Bank match, Asuka defeated Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, Carmella, after she pulled down briefcase after knocking King Corbin off the ladder because he was trying to fight her for some reason. I didn't get that, but we'll gloss over that. And then the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, Otis defeated Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin and AJ Styles. AJ Styles and King Corbin fought for the briefcase at the top of the ladder, but it dropped into Otis's arms, even though Styles grabbed it, I think, then dropped it. But Otis was declared the winner, so I don't know if we'll get some angle on TV with Styles wanting it back. Maybe Styles will get his own one, I don't know, or he'll kick up a fuss. Maybe Styles and Otis will face off on the next pay-per-view, even though on different brands. So I doubt it, but I think that's a possibility. I don't know, I just can't see Otis holding it. But Otis deserved it. He was hilarious in this match with all the weights and the catering. Yeah, just brilliant. But my overall grade is for this match is a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, the highest I think I'll give a match all year. It was just wow. I couldn't stop laughing throughout the whole of it. Yeah. Some of it didn't make sense. I would have liked to have seen Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black going off the roof, get a bit more attention. But yeah, but most of it was just absolutely brilliant, and some things didn't make sense, like Shayna Baszler putting Rey Mysterio in a cocaine clutch and stuff like that. But except for that, it was just absolutely brilliant. So 9.5 out of 10. Overall, Money in the Bank is going to get an 8.5 out of 10. A truly brilliant show, especially given the circumstances. And like WrestleMania, WWE really haven't dropped the ball with the pay-per-views. They've been absolutely brilliant since the Empty Arena started. So full credit for them. The Money in the Bank ladder match, as I say, it's probably going to be one of the best matches we see all year. I just love the cinematic matches, so please can WWE continue with them, at least one every pay-per-view. Yeah. And then the other matches were pretty good as well. The Universal Championship match, pleased to see Braun retain and Drew retain in decent matches as well. No results that were out of the ordinary, and all were fairly decent matches and entertaining. So yeah, can't really complain. Excellent show. Well done, WWE. And just before I go, you may remember me saying if I don't get 50% of my predictions right, I'll do a punishment which will be up exclusively on Twitter. So I'm just going to have a look now if I did get over 50% right. Jeff Hardy defeated Cesaro. I said Jeff Hardy, so that's right. Come on. The Fatal 4-Way. New Day won, which I got. Number 3, Bobby Lashley won. I put MVP, so I'll be generous and say that counts as I didn't get it right. Bailey won, I got that one right. Braun won, I got that one wrong. Drew won, I got that one right. Oscar won, I got that one right. And Otis won, I didn't get that one right. So if I count, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8. So I've won, and I got a Steve punishment. Excellent. I'll raise the percentage I need to get right for the next pay-per-view to make it more entertaining. Just this time I kept it at 50% because it's the first one, and I can't see too many punishments, what with lockdown. Yeah. So that is it for today, guys. I think I've rambled on enough now. Thanks very much for watching. Link to Twitter below for daily wrestling news. What else do I have? My other YouTube channels should be on screen around about now. And like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment what you thought of this show. Thanks for watching. Bye.